SHOT Show 2018 at the Luminox booth with Dennis. How you doing, sir?
Pleasure. Great. Thank you, Stuart. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for taking a little bit of time. Of course, it is a little on the early side for the big flow of people that come in like a tsunami.
Especially in Vegas, right?
Especially in Vegas, especially at SHOT Show.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Listen, it's been a few years since we spoke to the Luminox company. I can't remember who that was at the time off the top of my head. But just in talking to you and meeting you right now, you sound like you have a little bit of the history of the company, the organization, the origins. If you don't mind, just give me a snapshot of, how Luminox came about.
Absolutely. In 1989, Barry Cohen founded it, and he was the first one to put the Tritium Tubes on the dial of a watch. And the technology really was out there with the gun scope technology.
Weapon sights, yeah.
Weapon sights. And basically what he did is he was the first one to put that technology on the dial of a watch. And as that happened, evolved, we were lucky enough to have the Navy SEALs stop by, and they asked us, hey, we need something that we could use at night for our missions. And so we provided them a couple of the watches, they tested it, and we were lucky enough to be at least trusted and approved by them. So some of the SEALs started using it at that point. And then we evolved into the Lockheed Martin collection, which is our sea collection. Our air collection is Lockheed Martin. So we built pieces specifically with the names of the F-22, the F-117, and so forth. So
kind of a branding on the aircraft itself.
Exactly.
Right.
So we have the exclusive rights to name our watches after the planes, the fighter jets.
Very good. Is that an arrangement through?
We have a license with them.
Through DoD or through
Yep, through Lockheed Martin.
Lockheed Martin. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I guess because I don't think DoD would do it. So
No,
it'd have to be the actual manufacturer.
Exactly.
Now, Barry, is he still involved with the company?
No, Barry founded it, as I say, in 1989, and what happened was over the last year and a half, he sold his shares to the Bernheim family in Switzerland, which runs the Mondane watch group.
Mondane.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And so they purchased the full shares of Luminox, and now they own 100% of Luminox, and they do all the manufacturing, of course, in Switzerland, of our product line.
So all the I was going to call it platforms. All of the wristwatches are manufactured in Switzerland.
Yes.
Okay. No imports or no offshore collaborations.
There's a certain criteria for Swiss-made watches, and we clearly fit all those. There's all components that are collected around the world, but the majority, the way it's assembled, Swiss watches, Swiss technology are all done in right outside of Zurich, Switzerland.
Okay, so mechanisms and what have you are from Switzerland.
Movements, of course.
Movements.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to think of the right word.
No.
I'm gonna stumble around with the proper terminology. So bear with me.
It's early for Vegas time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now, are there any of you've been with the company for about how long?
5.5 years.
Are there any original members of the organization that are still with us?
Not the original.
I say us,
but
and
our operations gentleman, Max Robertson's been with the company 17 years. We actually have a couple of sales representatives, regional reps that have been here over 10 years. So we're lucky enough to have a nice legacy crew here.
Okay, very good. Now that I think that there had been like some kind of a rumor some years ago that Luminox was doing offshore manufacturing in Asia or what have you. Any validity to that?
Never. Always out of Switzerland. All movements out of Switzerland. So absolutely 100% manufactured and produced. And every one of our watches say made in Switzerland. So it's very clear. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Outstanding.
Sure.
So what do we? And obviously the models have, there've been just a number of models that have been introduced over time. But more recently, say either the middle or the latter part of 2017 through the present. What do we have as far as new models?
Sure, I'd love to show you that if you zero in on that. Again, the most important thing and what separates Luminox from the other brands is the Tritium Tubes. Every watch has Tritium Tubes that illuminate for over 25 years.
And of course, you're using a
UV
light to enhance that because we've got natural light.
Exactly. So every one of these, this simulates nighttime vision.
Right.
Okay. So every one of these, we use different tubes too. So the tubes can be ice blue, they can be green. The most visible is green.
Great. Well, yeah, in dark environments.
And the blackouts are always one of our most popular piece with the orange hands.
So the face, the case, the bezel, all black. Basically, the only alternate color other than black is the luminescent dials or the tritium vials on the dial.
Exactly.
Or the markers.
Yes,
Very
yes,
good.
sir. And we always change the 12 is always a different color. Coloration, It'll be orange or usually an orange color, but in case you're diving.
To help you index where 12 is.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Or in some cases 24.
Thank you. So this is the new evolution of the color mark series called the Trident.
Trident.
And what we did on this is we did a steel back case with the Trident logo, and we improved what we call the turtle shape case, protected crown, and just a cleaner look. We improved the tritium tube on the second hand, and we did a number of different dials on this, dial executions, and this is our first camouflage piece, winter camouflage.
On the face as well as the band.
On the face and the band. So we're real lucky with that. That's been very, very successful.
Quick question, Dennis.
Sure.
Is it possible to obtain this line without the Trident logo on the back? On the back of the case.
We do custom dials or co-brands like we'll do them with the university. We'll do them with some of the.
Well, I don't mean a custom dial. I mean on the reverse of the case. Instead of having the Trident logo, the Navy SEAL logo, is it possible to, for some folks that might be a bit sensitive to wearing something that they haven't necessarily participated with actively personally, is it possible to get, say, something that does not have that logo?
Good question. This particular line it's called the Trident, so we do have the Trident seal on there.
Okay.
But
what would the price point be on
these? Are $375.
$375 across the board.
Retail, exactly.
And that's retail, suggested retail.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yeah. And so this is another new collection we brought out in the fall of 2017. This is called the Leatherback Sea Turtle. And again, the reason why we brought this out is we saw the competition in the Swiss market with the smartwatches. So we wanted to bring a Swiss watch to a very affordable price point. So what we did is the price of the watches a lot of it is these tritium tubes. They're very expensive. So what we did on these is we took out every other tube to reduce the price. And therefore these
alternating tubes.
Absolutely. So it's very, very visible still, but at the same time very affordable. So we brought this down to $250 retail. So it was an excellent price point. We did it in 39 and 44 millimeters. So we have almost a ladies version,
or even a traditional, because traditional military wristwatches were not the larger, case or the larger dial. It was more like this size here.
Exactly, and as you said, Stuart, the back is just the logo of Luminox, and that's the majority of the watches are like that.
The material of the cases?
It's we patented a name called Carbonox. Carbonox is it's polycarbon with about 10% mix of carbon.
Okay.
And carbon strengthens it, and it gives it that coloration.
Brings the weight down a bit.
Exactly.
Also makes it a little
very
more
light but very durable.
And a little more non-magnetic. Although I would imagine that the movements are probably,
of course.
Yeah. Price point on this line.
$250. So for a Swiss watch is really an aggressive price point.
Is that regardless of the size of the case?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. That whole collection is.
And these are available now.
And these are available now. What you've seen is the Tridents and the Sea Turtles are available now.
Okay.
Okay. And this is new. This is new for the spring
of 18.
Spring of 2018. We'll launch these in Basel, Switzerland. That's the big watch show, international watch show. And these are just new. We added some coloration on the dials, and of course chronograph movements on each. This is called the carbon seal, and this is 40% carbon. Stronger than steel, and half the weight of it.
Right. Okay. Now it has a steel case or a steel backing, correct?
A steel back,
stainless,
but everything else is carbon.
Very good.
Okay. And new chronographs. Again, you can see the coloration of the multi-look on the tube colorations too. And
Very good.
these should be priced. We haven't even. These are brand new. Pricing should be right around 500 retail.
Right around 5 retail. Very good.
Exactly.
And available in
And these
approximately.
will be, let's say April by Father's Day. We're hoping to have these Father's Day graduation time.
Okay. Very good.
So we're excited about this collection, and then we'll probably have more in Basel, going kind of evolving.
Right.
And then if you have one more second, I'll show you our steel collection.
And these are the traditional stainless steel bands.
The beauty on this is, again, what we tried to do, we're very price sensitive. What we did is a solid steel piece at 600 retail, which is a killer price, sapphire crystal, anti-reflective, screw down crown,
and protected crown too.
And protected crown. And beautiful.
And I think I called the bracelet a band. So, but with stainless steel bracelets.
Yeah, no problem. We always do our traditional blackout look, which is very, very popular with the black PVD coating.
And these are all basically the same model, correct?
These are all. This is called the steel seal.
Steel
seal.
Steel seal. Does this have the Trident logo on the reverse as well?
This does not. This one.
So that has the actual.
Right. I'm sorry.
Logo.
This does.
It does.
This does.
Okay.
This one. So
Will this model be available without the branded? With just the standard Luminox?
This will not. This is part of the
that brand
collection. Exactly.
So part of that model.
Right.
Very good. Price point on this one?
Price point is 600, and then in strap is 550 retail. Okay.
So it's sold as the case and the watch itself, and then you buy the bracelet separate.
Oh no, same
I'm sorry.
price. So this would be 600.
Okay.
$600 done.
If you want
it on a strap, it's 500.
Like a NATO strap or a rubber strap.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I misunderstood.
No problem.
Okay, beautiful. And these are available when?
These are available now. We launched these in the fall. The last piece I'd really like to show you again. This is Lockheed Martin, part of Lockheed Martin collection. This is called the F-22 Raptor, which is the current fighter jet that's very, very productive right now. And again, each one of these have Lockheed Martin collection. Use the yellow tubes on this, titanium. Price on this is $1,300 retail.
So the case is titanium?
Case is titanium.
Bezel
Bracelet's titanium.
Bracelet is titanium as well.
Yep.
Okay, very good. And available now.
And this is available now.
Very good.
This is kind of cool, guys. This is the F-117 Nighthawk, and what we do is two different colorations here. We use the Tritium Tubes in yellow and Super Luminova on the bezel with the GMT 24-hour bezel and screw down crown. And the bracelet, I don't know if you can get a hold of it, but the bracelet emulates the angles of the jet, the famous F-117. So I don't know if you can see that as well, but...
Are you able to remove the plastic from that? Yeah.
Sure. But this one's also available now. It also comes, this is $1,400 retail, and it also comes in a Kevlar strap for $1,000.
Kevlar strap?
Kevlar, yeah. So this will take me a while, so I don't want to waste your time.
Thank you. Feel free to use the
Thank
Victorinox. Might as well combine, right?
Exactly.
Legacy of nationality.
Exactly. Cut this out for you, so this is just a protective cover on here. I'm not as graceful as I'd like to be, but
no worries.
And you can see the coating on this. It's almost like a gunmetal.
Yeah.
Gunmetal finish, and that PVD, it's so impressive at night in any cockpit or what have you. Because that Super Luminova, now remember, that needs a charge. That needs a UV charge, the Super Luminova, the blue.
Well, it's a paint, isn't it?
It's a paint, exactly. And that's what most Swiss brands use, whereas those tubes will always illuminate. The yellow tubes.
Now, Dennis, where do you get your tubes from? Do you manufacture them in-house?
No, there's a company, a specialty company right outside of Zurich called MT Microtech.
Okay.
And they specialize strictly in making those tubes.
The Tritium Tubes.
Tritium tubes. They can do different colorations. So it's the only company I know in Switzerland that produces those.
The Tritium Tubes.
It's very expensive technology, and it's a technology that we need an NRC license to bring those in the country.
Right, because of the material.
Exactly. It's
Absolutely.
radioactive, but it's very light.
Right.
It's, I mean,
But it's non-hazardous radio.
Not at all.
At least as far as we know
You don't want
so
to
far.
eat it, but you can eat it.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so Dennis, is that it?
That's it for now, guys.
Beautiful.
I didn't want to bore you on anything
Thank you,
else.
sir.
Thanks so much.
We're doing the
Pleasure.
left-handed shake, Boy Scout thing, and
No
what
problem.
have you. Blah
No
blah blah.
problem. Thanks.
You have a
sir.
safe trip home.